Welcome to Copilot Podcasts. Three college friends goofing around in a dorm room accidentally created one of Christian music's most influential bands. Today, we're diving into 10th Avenue North's remarkable journey from 2000 to 2020, exploring how they transformed from campus musicians to multi-platinum artists and why they chose to walk away at their peak.
You know, what's fascinating is that this wasn't some carefully planned career move. These were just students at Palm Beach Atlantic University who needed a name for a conference performance.
Wait, so how did they come up with 10th Avenue North?
They literally just named themselves after the street they lived on in West Palm Beach. They figured it would be temporary, but it stuck.
That's incredible. And this was back in 2000, right?
Exactly. Mike Donehey and Jason Jamison started the band, and what's really interesting is how Mike even got into music in the first place.
Oh, there's a story there?
Yeah, and it's pretty intense. Before college, Mike was in a terrible car accident, broke his back in two places, broke his skull. Doctors said he'd never walk again.
Oh my God.
It was during his recovery that he picked up a guitar and started writing music. So in a way, that tragedy became the catalyst for everything that followed.
And what followed was pretty remarkable, wasn't it?
Absolutely. They started releasing independent albums, 4 of them actually, before getting signed to a major label.
When did things really start taking off for them?
2008 was the big year. They released Over and Underneath with Reunion Records, and that's when everything changed.
How so?
Well, their song Love Is Here hit the top 20 on the Christian music chart, and then By Your Side went all the way to number 1 and eventually went platinum.
That's huge for any artist, let alone in the Christian music industry.
Right? And they just kept building from there. Over their career, they released 15 original music projects and sold nearly 2 million albums.
What do you think set them apart from other Christian bands?
They never shied away from uncomfortable topics. They asked hard questions in their music, which really resonated with people.
Can you give me an example?
Take their song Worn. It became a gold single because it spoke to people's struggles so honestly. Same with Control and I Have This Hope.
And they maintained this success for quite a while, right?
Yeah, they consistently charted on Billboard. Their 2012 album The Struggle hit number 9 on the Billboard 200. That's impressive for any genre.
So what led to their decision to end things in 2020?
That's actually one of the most interesting parts of their story. It wasn't because of fighting or creative differences.
Really? That's usually what breaks bands up.
No, they described it as quite the opposite. They were all just dreaming new dreams. They wanted to spend more time with their families, pursue other paths.
That's actually pretty refreshing to hear.
Mike Donehey put it beautifully. He said, "When the way isn't clear before us, we do well to pay attention to what doors are being closed behind us."
But that wasn't actually the end of the story, was it?
No, and this is what makes their journey even more fascinating. After a 4-year hiatus, they reformed in 2023.
What brought them back?
Mike Donehey said something really profound about that. He said, "God has a way of using what we initially perceive as endings to create room for us to experience Him in new ways."
And how has their music evolved since coming back?
Their new single, Suddenly, is really interesting because it's about the power of grace and forgiveness. It's like they're picking up right where they left off, but with fresh perspective.
Looking back at their whole journey, what do you think their legacy is in Christian music?
They really helped bridge the gap between Christian and mainstream music. They showed you could ask tough questions about faith while still making compelling music.
And their social media following is pretty impressive too, right?
Oh yeah, we're talking about over 1 million monthly Spotify listeners, 240,000 Instagram followers, and more than 1 million Facebook likes.
Those numbers really show their impact.
And it's not just about the numbers. They've won multiple Dove Awards, had several gold singles, and really helped shape contemporary Christian music.
What do you think made them so relatable to people?
I think it was their authenticity. They weren't afraid to explore the depth and breadth of the human condition while talking about God's enduring love.
And now they're back on tour, right?
Yes, they're actually touring throughout 2025 with new members but the same core message.
It's pretty remarkable how their story has come full circle.
From a dorm room to disbandment to revival, it's quite a journey.
And through it all, they've maintained their artistic integrity.
Absolutely. They've never compromised their message or their music, even as they've evolved.
What do you think the future holds for them?
Well, they've got new music coming out, including their latest album, Learning to Trust, dropping in 2025.
So they're not slowing down?
If anything, they seem more energized than ever. It's like the break gave them a new perspective on their mission.
It's interesting how sometimes stepping away can make you stronger.
Exactly. And their fans have really embraced this new chapter.
Speaking of fans, what's the response been like to their return?
Overwhelmingly positive. Their concerts are selling out, and people are really connecting with their new material.
Do you think their story could inspire other bands?
I think it already has. They've shown that there's no one right way to do this. Sometimes taking a break can lead to an even stronger comeback.
And that's really what their whole journey has been about, isn't it? Finding their own path.
Exactly. From that dorm room in 2000 to today, they've always stayed true to themselves while being open to where life might lead them.
Well, that brings us to the end of today's episode of Copilot Podcasts. What started as three friends making music in a college dorm has become one of Christian music's most inspiring stories, proving that sometimes the best journeys are the ones you never planned.
And just like that street they named themselves after, their path has been straight and true, even when they couldn't see where it was leading.